So ever since the end of the Pain arc and Hinata was stabbed by her and everything, everybody's been sort of kissing Hinata's feet and praising her as like this goddess, and everybody's been sort of forgetting about the main heroine of the series, which is Sakura. And I think the main reason for this is Sakura sort of peaked a little bit, definitely in the very first half of Naruto Shippuden, and I'm definitely talking about episode number 26, and if you do not know, that is the episode where she teamed up with Chiyo and fought against Sasori of the Akatsuki. And, you know, for me, this was the first episode of the Shippuden series that I was like, holy crap, this is friggin' awesome. This is just as good as Naruto versus Sasuke at the Valley of the End. And there's a very good reason for that, because there were a lot of really great top animators working on this one. There was a lot of attention to detail, and today we are going to review that episode for you guys because we never had a chance to talk about it. And I think it's another one of those episodes that just needs to be talked about for how good it is and just the stuff we liked about it. So let's just jump in. This is the review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 26. Naruto Shippuden episode 26 is the first episode done by the duo that is known for episode 143, and if any of you guys know who I am, I friggin' love that episode. It's probably my favorite action episode in Shippuden so far, and if you need a quick reminder, that's the one where Killer Bee really beat the fuck out of Sasuke. Naruto Shippuden number 26 had about 20 animators working on it, but the most notable animators were Takafumi Hori, Goro Sesha, Hiromi Ishigami, Hiroyuki Yamashita, Masayuki Koda, and Ryuto Yagane, one of the action animators from the director of Sword Art Online. So now that we have a better understanding of who these animators are, let's take a look at some of the big action scenes from this episode, and I'll point out what they actually worked on. First up is Takafumi Hori, who animated the taijutsu scene of Sakura smashing the puppets. And this is definitely one of the most notable scenes from the episode for me. It really sticked out. I actually remember specifically watching this for the first time with a group of friends. And the minute Sakura started just punching all these puppets left and right, kicking the ones that were coming up from behind her, she was literally like a taijutsu expert at this point. She was like on par with Rock Lee, and I was just blown away by this. I never expected this. This next scene was animated by Hiroyuki Yamashita, and it's the scene where Chiyo uses her ultimate technique, the Sanpo Kyukai, which is that really awesome technique where she has 3 of her ultimate puppets form a pyramid together, and they're literally able to suck in all of Sasori's puppets and destroy them. It's a really awesome technique, and although it doesn't end up working, it's definitely one of the highlights of Chiyo's repertoire of moves. One of the last scenes in the episode, which was really stylistic, was animated by Hiromi Ishigami, and that was the scene where everything looks all sketchy, almost like it's hand-drawn, and it's that scene where Sakura is throwing that weird tiger seal right at Sasori. And this is just one of those techniques in the series that I really wish they'd bring up a little bit more, because even to this day, I still keep asking myself, what the fuck is that thing? I mean, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. All of a sudden, you see one of Chiyo's puppets running around, and they throw this weird little ball. Sakura catches it, she dodges like literally a ton of puppets, and then just throws this thing like a baseball player, which is really awesome. But what I really like about the scene is how stylistic and different it is from the scenes that preceded it, which they did look awesome, but this one almost has like a completely different art style, and it does make sense. It was animated by a completely different person. But that's just some of the highlights of the episode. There was a ton of other scenes that I really loved. I haven't even mentioned at the very beginning of the episode where Sasori is using other abilities from his puppet body. He's spraying fire all over the place. He's literally using water to a degree that's really scary. He's able to create these streams that are so thin and sharp, they can literally cut through the rocks. And there's a scene where he actually diverts the move and it goes up into the sky, and you can actually see they took the time to animate this stream of water cutting through a cloud. It's that sharp. Just a lot of attention to detail there. Sakura punching all the puppets, of course, is just a highlight because she's a great taijutsu expert. Again, I just want to mention the scene where she's fighting against all of them, and it just keeps on going and going and going. All of Chiyo's puppets, which have a ton of different techniques as well. There's the one that has the 2 swords. There's the taijutsu expert. There's one that can extend its arms and have all of these spikes come out. There's one that can literally have these tentacles come out of his head and spear a ton of puppets at once. It's just... it goes on and on and on. This is one of those episodes that just gives and gives, and it all looks really good. And to make the episode even better, it sort of ends on a cliffhanger as well, with Sakura actually being attacked, and you don't really know how it's going to end. So really, the entire episode just sort of keeps you on your toes the entire time, and it was definitely the first Shippuden episode that was worth talking about. Everything before that was kind of meh, but this one definitely took it to a new level, and it sort of set a standard for what the rest of the series could be. So all in all, if it isn't obvious, I really love this episode. It's one of my favorite episodes from Naruto Shippuden. I'm sure if you guys have seen it, I mean, if you can think of something negative to say about this episode, please do, because I can't really think of anything. And don't just, you know, hate it because you don't like Sakura. This was a really good episode, and it really proved that she had some useful abilities, not only as a fighter, but as a healer as well. So, if you guys have seen this one, I'd love to know what you thought. You can let us know with your comments below. Remember, guys, before you go, make sure and hit that like button, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps them out a lot. That concludes this review today. We'll make sure and check out some other Naruto episodes next time. SuperKamiGuru9000, out.